Owning a home is viewed as a huge milestone / accomplishment in an average person's life. It is also one of their most expensive purchases that they will ever make. With the never-ending increase to home prices, it feels that owning a home is getting further and further from reach. Getting yourself into the house is only the first half of the battle. Paying the mortgage, house maintenance, and staying financially stable is the next half. Once you've bought a house, you've bought a liability, which in simple terms is something that makes you lose money, such as a mortgage that you're paying every month, or a car loan. Smart investors will buy houses to generate income, classifying them as an asset, something that makes you money. For example, rental income every month from your tenants. But what if I told you there was a way to make the house you live in into an asset?
How do I do that?
This is where house hacking comes in. So what is house hacking? Let's ask Graham Stephan, a pro house hacker.
So one of the best ways to cut down on your expenses is doing what I like to call house hacking. It's basically buying a multifamily property like you could in a duplex, triplex, fourplex, however many units, moving in one of the units and then renting out the others to cover your housing costs and expenses.
Simple enough, right? Buy a multifamily house, live in one unit, rent out the others, live for free. Let's take a look at an example. This is Marty.
Hi, I'm Marty.
And this is his house.
This is my house.
It is a duplex, which is just 2 units in one house. He lives in the bottom unit and rents out the top unit.
Why are you okay with me renting out your top unit?
Well, it's a 2-family house that I'm just renting out like you normally would. The rent upstairs covers the majority of my mortgage. $1,200 a month rent, $1,400 a month mortgage, so I live for $200 a month. Cheapest rent I ever paid.
So far, how's it been? Me as your tenant.
Pretty good, pretty smooth. You know, as long as you keep paying, I'm happy.
Works for me.
As you can see, Marty was able to turn his $1,400 mortgage into a $200 mortgage thanks to house hacking. One of the largest expenses people have are living costs. Whether you are renting or have a mortgage, you are paying to live where you are. Now let's take a look at another example of house hacking. This is my house. It is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, single family house. I bought it with the intention of house hacking. Now some of you may be thinking, how can you house hack? Don't you need a duplex or more?
There's actually a few ways to house hack, and the method that I like to do is called room renting. It's literally what it sounds like, and I'm just renting the rooms out.
This method that I did here is called room hacking, which is exactly what it sounds like. I rent out the rooms while I live in one of them. With 4 bedrooms available, I rented out 2 on Airbnb and 1 as a long-term rental to a tenant who is also a very good friend of mine.
Hi, I'm Vaughn. I'm Wee's friend. I also host the 4-Player LAN Party podcast. Don't cut this out or I'll kill.
My mortgage is about $1,500 a month, but I bring in between $2,500 to $3,500 through Airbnb and the long-term tenant. The room hacking strategy works well for younger people who are okay with roommates, like meeting new people, and don't mind the random coked out addict passed out on their couch from time to time.
Buddy, are you okay?
Yeah? Are you?
It's time to go.
In a minute.
What are you doing?
Alright, well, I'm good now, man. I'll freaking leave.
Where's my shoes?
I personally love house hacking. It is a great way for your average person to get into a house with a low down payment and fast track their path to financial freedom. After living in the house for a year, you are then able to repeat this process and build your portfolio. With down payments as low as 3.5 to 5% down, it is much more possible to get into a home compared to your average investors who's putting down 20%. While there are so many benefits to house hacking, keep in mind that there are still some cons you should be aware of. If you go down the Airbnb route, there will be times where you get low quality guests.
The worst Airbnb guest experience I ever had when I was minding my business. All of a sudden I started hearing massive banging on the door. I go upstairs to find a swath of police barricaded through the door, trying to more or less console a very cracked out looking guest that had a neck tattoo. If you don't understand neck tattoos, no es bueno. If you ever see a neck tattoo, run.
Don't forget that you own the home now, so you are the landlord. And being the landlord means you have to deal with maintenance and repairs.
Woo! Dude, I would wait a couple days. Good luck.
Since you'll be sharing your house with strangers on a daily basis, you will lose like 90% of your privacy. But at the end of the day, you have a performing asset that is helping you towards your path of financial freedom. You will be one of the few people who have stepped out of their comfort zones to reach this path, and it will jumpstart your future to success.
Alright, thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you guys like this format, and if you do, please let me know down in the comments below and I'll continue to make stuff like this. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go back to surfing.